Hey, everybody. Chat Nobody Else's Auto. 7 o'clock Sunday evening. Time for some Sunday night live chat. Looks like Elo and Mark are on, ready to go tonight. Looks like we are connecting on Facebook. As always, we are live on two formats, both Facebook and YouTube. As you see me looking back and forth at the different screens, that is what I'm doing. Jeff from Canada's here. Tweedly D's on. Kevin L. made it. All right. Looks like we are live on Facebook as well. No comments yet, but looks like we are taken away. So, anyway, as always, autocorrect, please double check your autocorrect before you hit send. Make sure your comment makes sense, that autocorrect didn't change something. So, when your comment pops up, it makes sense to me, so we can address it. If I can't understand it or can't make it out, I will skip it and move on to the next comment. If you're on the Nobody's Show Facebook page, I cannot see those comments. This is a shared video from the Nobody Else's Auto page. You'll need to be on the Nobody Else's Auto Facebook page or the Nobody Show YouTube channel if you want to comment, participate in the auctions, etc., etc. And also trolls. You guys do a great job watching out for trolls. I ignore them. You guys do a great job making sure they know they're not welcome. So appreciate that and your guys' help there. Super chats are awesome. Glad you guys always throw those. Think highly enough of what we're doing to throw a super chat out there. Dad's on with us. Jennifer made it. Big Job's here. Norma's on. Tony's here. Bill Disc. Brian Dispatch. Pete's on with us. So glad to see Jennifer is with us tonight. If you guys saw the post Friday, Jennifer did send me the information on the live stream on the service since we lost Jason last week. So I did get all the memorials that had been sent to me. I forwarded on to Jennifer. I did part of them earlier in the week, and then I did another one this morning. So anybody that had sent a memorial to me for Jason, I sent everything that I had as of this morning has been sent to Jennifer. So I've got that done. So it really sucks when that happens. It's something that's unexpected to lose a member like that. But, your guys' support and appreciation has been amazing. And I know Jennifer appreciates it. Just like she said in the comment about how much it's meant to her. So it's a terrible deal and something we don't like to have to deal with, but it did happen. It was unexpected. But you guys really came through with the support and the donations. And it's awesome that what you guys have done for another member of the group. So let's see. Frank's here. Lee's with us. Alex made it. Yes, Norma, I did get your check. So, and that one was part of what I sent this morning. So Bill Wagaman's here. Johnny Z made it. Doug's on. Alan from Arizona. So, yeah, I got a few checks in the mail, and there may be more coming. And if there's something that comes later, obviously, I will just forward that on to Jennifer back to her PayPal. So, but anyway, that's awesome what you guys have done for them. And it really means a lot that we can come together like that for one of our fallen friends. And for that kind of help and support's amazing. So Scott's here. Dennis is here. Anthony from British Columbia. Kenny's on. John from Texas. And we're glad that Jennifer is back joining us again tonight. Obviously, you're always welcome here. So I'm glad that you took some time out. I know I've had a busy weekend and still probably have a lot going on, but we're glad you took some time out to jump on with us for a while tonight. Number one's here. Kenneth from Michigan's on with us tonight. So, Guy the Car Guy. Good crowd on. And obviously, as some of you just saw, Pete was up here yesterday, picked up his Camaro. Michael's on with us on Facebook. Just posted the video of Pete from yesterday. Him and his wife came up and picked up the 81 Camaro that he's going to haul home and rat hole for the time being. He just knew he wants to do one. He wants a T-top car, and he just wanted to get a good solid car and get it rat holed. So when he's ready to do it, he's got one. So it was great to meet Pete and his wife. Great people. Had an awesome time with them. And they even came by and saw Gray Kitty. So, right, Gray Kitty? Gray Kitty. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Looking at me weird. So that was awesome. It's always great when you get the opportunity to meet one of you in person. And Jennifer just said that he always talked about how much she wished we could all got together. Yeah, it. Scott's here with us on Facebook, so that's and that's what's cool about even though we lost Jason, he liked hanging out with us. We liked hanging out with him, and that's when this group came together to help support Jennifer is pretty awesome. So, but anyway. Pete was got up here yesterday. It was I had kind of a busy day yesterday. I had a couple guys up here yesterday picking up parts, and then obviously got to meet Pete, hang out with Pete a little bit, and saw Gray Kitty. Right, Gray Kitty? Did you get to meet Pete? But that's always fun. It's always fun when we have the opportunity to meet one of you guys. And like I said, and Pete's got he got a good project now that he can save and have one put away for when the time comes. So. Let's see. Pete's plans are very similar to number one style. And Jennifer said Jenna's having a drink with us all right now too. So that being said, we better get some of these up. Get things moving along with some badges here to keep things moving. Rusty made it tonight. But anyway, what else has been going on? Obviously, I had a busy weekend hanging out with Pete, getting him loaded up. My whole week was kind of bonkers. We didn't come home until Monday. Obviously, last Sunday night things didn't work out quite so well. The hotel Wi-Fi was kind of, but that's all right. We'll make up for it tonight. So I didn't get back till Monday, so I didn't really get boogieing until Tuesday. So I had a short week, and I had an awful lot to cram into it, and got to get ready to get ready to head to Wichita this week. Alec from New Hampshire's on with us. Mark's got to go check on an auction. Hopefully you get it. So I'm trying to get ready to hit the road again next Thursday for Wichita Swap Meet. Wichita, Kansas is the only swap meet that I set up at. And primarily I still set up at it because I've done it for so many years that I don't know what I'd do if we didn't. Yep, normal. I'll be there. So if any of you guys are going to the Wichita Swap Meet, be sure to stop and say hi. I will be there, set up in the same place I've been since they moved to the new facility. I've had the same spaces ever since then in Century 2. And worked on a bunch of that stuff today, getting a bunch of stuff cleaned up, ready to start boxing and getting ready to load. So number one said he's seen the weather down here because we did have some storms down here, and then the hotel Wi-Fi went out, so he was kind of worried. Yes, Alec, I did get your raffle money. I checked it at 5 o'clock today, and I got a couple of more raffle entries this afternoon, and I did get both of those in. So, yep, Alec, you are in. But anyway, yep, it was kind of the hotel Wi-Fi was not good. So hopefully we're all good tonight. We're back in the office and ready to go. So hopefully everything hangs in there and ticks along like it should. But after I got unloaded, I think it was Wednesday, I unloaded the truck. I've got a video coming on all the parts that came home last week, and I'll give you a glimpse of the toys, but I didn't show you all the toys because we're going to get into the toys on the next several Toy Tuesdays. Man, I got some great toys last week. Super excited about all the toys I got last week. So we're going to be getting some of those on Toy Tuesday over the next several weeks, actually. So, but it was a good trip. Like I said, got a lot of good stuff. And now I've got stuff stacked everywhere because I'm trying to get ready for the swap meet. I got stuff I unloaded out of the truck. I got a disaster is what I've got. But we're making headway. And obviously, Wichita Swap Meet next week is Friday and Saturday, Century 2 in Wichita, Kansas. So if you're anywhere in the area, you're thinking about hitting the swap meet, be sure to swing by and say hi. If anybody needs me to bring T-shirts or something like that, I can bring those, save you a few bucks on shipping, things like that. So we can, anything anybody needs, or if there's any parts anybody needs me to bring, as long as I can get it on, just let me know, and we can sure try to work something out there too. Bill, that 69 Charger is beautiful. That 69 Charger is not really very beautiful. It's pretty rough. I'm sure some of you guys saw the video on the 69 Charger I posted Friday night. It is rough, but it is a 69 Charger. BW is here. Mark's back. Did you get it bought, Mark? And is it cool? Pete, if you haven't visited Chad, it's got awesome stuff everywhere. Said if he didn't have a 6-hour drive back, he would still be in the yard, wandering around the yard. So I got a little bit of stuff stacked around. So John says Charger looked fine in his garden. But anyway, that's what my week's going to consist of coming up. So hope to see some of you at the Wichita Swap Meet. If you're in the area, be sure to swing by and definitely say hi while you're there. That's right, BW. Have one for Jason for sure. Absolutely, we'll have everybody have a drink for Jason for sure. Surprised the Pole Barn Garage hasn't been here for the Charger yet. I just posted the video Friday night. It's been here for 2 months. I just finally got to the video. That's how many videos I've got in the can, actually. Yeah, Mark, you are in the raffle. Wichita Swap Meet is next Friday and Saturday. Century 2. Move in and setup is Thursday, and Swap Meet is Friday and Saturday. So that's where I'll be if any of you guys are going to catch it. It does look kind of sad the way it's kind of got that droopy eye on the left side. I don't know what happened to that thing. Obviously, it went over, but I don't know if it went over and just that one corner went into a ditch or something. To just lay that left side down. I'm not sure. The guy that I got it from, he bought it back in the 80s for a parts car. He's got a 68 Charger. He bought that for a parts car back in the 80s and just left it. It was still sitting around. So, but yeah, it does look a little sad with that kind of droopy eye on the left side. But anyway, I'll be wandering around the swap meet. I am setting up, but like I said, I'll be looking around for all kinds of goodies too to add to my collection, stuff for the auction, stuff for raffles. Always keep my eyes peeled for all that stuff. So I'll be around there all day Friday and most of Saturday. Usually try to get out there sometime after lunch on Saturday, but so I can get home and get regrouped. But be there for sure all day Friday and a good chunk of Saturday. So absolutely stop by and say hi. Let's see, where are we at on comments? Let me check here. Oh, God, the car got me have to road trip up there Saturday. Yeah, it'll fill Century too. I'm not sure how many vendors they've got, but it's a lot. So, okay, Marcus said it's not over yet, so we're still watching it. Hoods and badge. But let's keep moving tonight. We've got a promo model. We've got badges and emblems. We've got one of the mini magazines from the viewer box a couple of weeks ago, as well as a big pile of auction stuff. Obviously, we just got a good start on auctions last week when the Wi-Fi crashed and it wasn't working very well because the bids were coming in real spotty, like there'd be nothing for 30 seconds and then 6 bids come in at one time. So we'll see how this works tonight because we got all the super cool stuff that I found on the road last week. Because remember, everything that I had in the auction boxes last week, I found on the road that weekend. So that's all fresh. And then I was working on stuff as I was unloading the truck. Plus, that friend of mine that I bought all those parts from last year that was getting ready to move as he was kind of sorting some stuff out and thinning stuff down. I was out there Wednesday and bought 2 more pickup loads. So I'm sorting through that stuff, plus all the stuff I brought home from the salvage yards, the antique shops I hit last weekend. And there's stuff everywhere. But a whole bunch of it is right here. I bet there's at least 30 pieces in there. We could go extra long on auctions tonight. I got so much stuff stacked in here, and it's great stuff. So, but anyway, let's get on to the promo model. And, oh, yeah, we're giving away those surprise boxes here after a while. Big Buick can. All the names are in there ready to go. After the magazine, we're going to give away those prize boxes. Do not have any Opel GTs at all, Rusty. That's a badge. Plus, like I told you guys last week, I found some more. I have been coming across some extra badges too. I got a bunch more last week, and I've been sorting through some of mine. I found a few more extras in mine. So we got some cool badges coming up. They're going to be in the auction too. But anyway, on to the promo model. Then some badges and emblems to check out. But on to the promo model. This is a pretty cool one I just came up with recently. I got it at an antique show. I don't know, maybe probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's got a little bit of warpage to it, but it's a really nice piece. I'm really happy with the condition, other than a little bit of warpage to the front end. It is a little bit different as well, and not one that's extremely common. This is the 1963 Plymouth Sport Fury. It's got some warpage up here on the front end of this particular car, but it's not chipped, it's not cracked, it's not broken. It's kind of a metallic beige or kind of a fawn colored. The bumpers and everything are still intact. The chrome looks good. Rear bumper and taillights are intact. See the 1963 plate on it. Like I said, this is a pretty nice piece. The A-pillars aren't broke. The bumpers aren't broke. Interior is intact and looks good. So a lot of you guys, a bunch of comments about how cool this thing is. But it gets cooler, actually. Eloy just hit the like button. Appreciate that, Eloy. I don't know if they made altered wheelbases out of these or not. I know they did in 64, but I don't know if they did in 63. Now, sometimes these promos have writing underneath them, and this one does. It does have some information on the bottom of this, so we're going to read some of this stuff. Has aluminized on the mufflers, rust-proof unibody, 32,000 mile lubrication, 5-year, 50,000 mile powertrain warranty, self-adjustable brakes. So we've got all that on the bottom of this car. Now, we've checked this thing out. It looks pretty cool. And I've been hiding a secret from you because I've been saving the best piece of this car for last. And there again, like Gal says, they don't even give away paper brochures anymore. It's supposed to look online, much less a scale promo model. Yeah, that's true. But underneath this car, it talks about the torsion air suspension, the torsion bar front suspension. And it shows it, and it works. Check this thing out. You guys see that? You could actually show, it was actually designed to show how the torsion bar suspension worked. So I thought that was pretty unique. So I figured a lot of comments on that. I figured you guys would get a kick out of that because I know I did. I thought it was pretty neat. So that makes it really interesting. The 63 Sport Fury promo model with the torsion bar suspension. John says he'll take 2. Yeah. So that's one thing about some of these promos. You got to pay attention. Sometimes there's some neat features to them that you wouldn't guess would be on a plastic toy model car. So, This one doesn't say anything about the engine size. It just says Fury on the fenders, and you can't make out any engine size on it. So, yeah, we had a Pontiac that showed the wide track. I know we've had at least two that had some different features that it showed, number one. So, there it is, tonight's promo, the 1963 Plymouth Sport Fury. Several comments about the color as well. Yeah, and it is a unique color. Nice shape, good color, pretty neat piece. So, plus you got the torsion bar suspension. All right. Time for some badges and emblems. As always, we're going to start off with a pre-war piece and then go to a post-war piece. We're going to give you one of these badges too. Roofline looks like it goes down from the rear to the front of the car. I think it does a little bit. It's got a little bit of a slight rake to it, I think. That, or I don't know if it's that or the way that these vent windows are laid back so far. I don't know, but yeah, it almost does kind of look like it's got a slight rake to it, Alec. Give away a car that's also been featured as a promo. Yeah. Auburn badge. But as always, let's get to a pre-war badge. A lot of these are these early enamel ones, which I have tons of and I'm addicted to, but I think they're super cool. This is a different one. This is one that some of you may not have never even heard of. This was a Studebaker product, but I bet it was a Studebaker that a lot of you guys are not familiar with. This badge that we're going to show off and talk about tonight was for the Erskine. Now, the Erskine, I'm at my favorite website of the American Auto Emblems, by the way. If you guys haven't checked out AmericanAutoEmblems.com, you got to do it. The Erskine was a low-price car with the slogan, The Little Aristocrat. It was set up by Studebaker and named after the president of the Studebaker Corporation, Albert Russell Erskine. The Erskine had a 40-horsepower six-cylinder engine and was introduced in the Grand Palais in Paris in October of 26, and then in Olympia in London and next in New York. The Erskine sold well in Europe, but did not meet expectations in America, partly due to its small size and at a price significantly higher than its main competitors. By May of 1930, the Erskine name was dropped, and the car was absorbed into the Studebaker line. Erskine also made a half-ton van in 28 and 29. Now, this particular badge here is 27-28 era. So that's kind of what that era is. The Erskine was made up until 30, so 20s, basically 27 to 30 is when they made them. They were only made for a few years. This was the earlier badge. And then they had a couple of later badges, one of which I've got as well. We'll look at it later. This one, obviously, a nice deep royal blue with the Erskine letters and a four-leaf clover above and below the Erskine letters. It is 1 3/4 inches in diameter. It's got a few little whammos in it, things like that, but overall it looks pretty good. This would have had the button on the back that pressed it onto the grill shell. But a neat piece and a car that we definitely don't hear much about anymore today at all. So kind of a neat piece and something a little different. Next piece we're going to look at, we're going to jump up into the 50s, and it's something a little bit different. We've sold a few things like this before. Mark's never even heard of the Erskine, so yeah. And that's what's great about doing some of this stuff is we are all learning different things about different cars that a lot of us maybe had never have heard of. We've all heard of the Hudson, though. We've sold one or two things similar to this on here before on deletes. Now, a lot of times back in the 50s, if a car didn't have a clock, didn't have a radio, didn't have certain accessories, they would get a delete plate that went in that slot on the dash. And they're kind of neat pieces. Sometimes they're just real plain, but sometimes they're really great. We've sold a few on here, and they really are, even though they were designed to be just literally a block off, some of them really look great and have a neat look to them. And that's what we've got tonight. This is also a Studebaker piece, so we're tied to the same company. But this is a clock delete from like a 52 Studebaker. Check this thing out. This was the delete plate. This was to fill the hole. This was just to fill the hole, and all this was for. Pretty fancy just to fill the hole. Obviously, we see the Studebaker there with the lines, the big red button in the center, trimmed in gold. It is fairly deep even. It even has the depth to it like a clock would. Actually, it was sitting over on the other desk. You were about 2 feet from it. It was just sitting over there on the other desk. It's been laying there so I could to use for one of these emblem segments. So, and that's right, Dennis. I was just getting ready to get to that. It is new old stock. Still has a part number. So we put the part number on the back of the piece of tape because it is new old stock. Joe's Classics is here. It's 5.5 inches in diameter. It just has a single stud on the back. That's all that held it in. It probably had a bracket that went around it to hold it to the dash because it doesn't weigh much. But that was that was the delete plate to block the hole if you didn't get a clock. One piece is nicer than any new car's entire interior. Yeah, there's some truth to that. It's a pretty classy piece. So a lot of you guys are digging this thing. Like I said, I was kind of excited about it. Like I said, it is new old stock, but still just like I said, this was their plain Jane fill the hole piece, and it looks that good. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight with the Studebaker themed evening on the Erskine and the delete plate for I think it's a 52 Studebaker. I never thought about that, Alan. It could be something for their 100th anniversary in 52. Maybe they did make them a little fancier than that. Speaking of which, I got a cool 100th anniversary Studebaker piece last week in one of those boxes. When I started looking through some of those boxes, I found a super cool 100th anniversary Studebaker piece that we have got to check out one of these nights, probably on a Toy Tuesday. So anyway, we're ready for auctions. Who's ready for auctions? So we got a lot of cool stuff. I don't even know where to start. We got so much cool stuff. But we'll start anyway. My Mark is ready to go. Hudson badge. Kevin's ready to go. All right. Let's get ready to start auctions tonight. Hopefully everything will cooperate. Eric's here with us. Getting ready to start auctions, Eric. You hit it just right. Okay. As always, we'll do the same thing as we always do. I'll hold them up. We'll check it out. We'll look at the piece. We'll study it. We'll look it over. I'll give you the dimensions. We'll look at any imperfections in it. We'll maybe talk about that vehicle a little bit. Once we start looking at something and talking about it, feel free to throw a bid up there, even if it's a small bid, so I know that we've got some interest in it and we're ready to go on something. And after we get done with the description and talking about it and looking it over, I will put it on a timer on my phone like we always do. We go 2 minutes. I'll tell you when 1 minute has passed. I will tell you when 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. So you guys know when we're getting close to that 2 minute mark. All I can do is go by my phone. All you guys have a delay. Depending on your internet provider, whether you're on a phone, whether you're on a tablet, whether you're on a PC, whether you're on a smart TV. So be aware that whatever your delay is, that once I tell you that minute 30 mark has passed, be ready to throw your max bid out there, because it could time out. By the time I say that, sometimes we're just about the 2 minute mark on here. So I will give you that information. Please keep that in mind and be ready to deal with your delays. Johnny Z is already testing. So is Tweedly D. I will, on the first few items especially, I will read all of the bids. David W. made it as they pop up, so you guys have an idea of what the delay looks like. So I will try to read those on all of them, even if it's not the high bid. I will try to read them so you guys get a feel for where things are at. Non-U.S. bidders, you are welcome to play. However, you will have to get me paid, which is typically a bank wire and typically has fees associated with non-U.S. funds transfers, as well as shipping. I think all of these small, I think everything tonight will have shipping included in the 48 states. So unless you're non-U.S., if you're out of the 48 states, then you will have shipping. This thing kind of feeds itself. I sell some of this stuff off, and then I use that money to buy more stuff. So if we spend a fortune shipping 2 or 3 packages out of the U.S., that affects the whole program for everybody else. So please bear that in mind. Check money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family, any of those work. If you have any questions, as always, just call me. Give me a shout tomorrow. My number is in the description part of the video. Calling me is the only way to get a hold of me. If you post a message, try to message me through Facebook, try to email me. PayPal has some messaging system, I guess, now. That I found the other day, because Jennifer had sent me a message that I didn't even see till like Wednesday from like last. I didn't even know PayPal had a messaging system, but apparently they do. So there are so many different ways to contact that. If you call me, then and I talk to you, then I know you got a hold of me. And that's right, Tweedly D. Thanks. Whole numbers only. I don't care if it's a $1 increment, just whole numbers only. And we got a lot of cool stuff here. I don't even know where to start. But once you drink a few more Auburn drinks and think about it. All right. Where do we start tonight? We've got a little bit of everything. Cans, toys, license plates, emblems, hubcaps, hood ornaments. Man, I don't even know where to start. Uh, 41 KB5 hood badge. Depends on which one you're talking about, Weston, the front one or the sides. If it's the front one for the 41 to 46, I do not have any of those. I am out of those. If it's that one right, if it's the triple diamond right on the nose. The 47 to 49s, I'd have to see if I've still got some of those left. But 41, if you're talking about the triple diamond on the front, I don't have that. I think I've still got some of the side emblems. Okay, the one right on the front, yeah, that I don't have. Okay. I guess we'll get started, Hudson. We'll start off with some emblems for our Ford fans from last week. All right, Ford badges. All right, 3 pieces, 1 money, 3 emblems. Starting off with, I think this was off like a Mercury or something. A Brougham badge. Yes, a big Brougham emblem off of, I think, like an early 70s era Mercury. This is a plastic center, which is loose. Does have 1 broken stud, 1 intact stud. The chrome looks pretty nice. And it is 3 3/8 long. The next one is another Mercury badge. I think this was like off of the trunk of a different Mercury. Chrome, it is pop metal, has 2 good studs, 1 broken stud. And it is about 6.5 long on this chrome Mercury. And about 1.5 inches high on the M. Last one is a Fairlane badge, a 65 Fairlane. Alec at 10. This is a C-pillar emblem off of a 65 Fairlane. Alec has started us off at 10. This has the Ford symbol in it. It is a long, narrow one. It is about 7 inches by about 5/8. So all 3 of them, Alec at 10 on the Ford badge pack. David W. at 20. We are live on the Ford emblems right now. Mark's got to go check on his other auctions. Making my notes here so I can keep track of all this stuff, hopefully. David W. at 20. As we come up on the 1 minute mark. And there's 1 minute. David W. at 20. All 3 pieces, 1 deal. Minute 20 is passed. David W. at 20. Coming up on the minute 30 mark. And there we go. Minute 30 has passed. Coming down to the wire on this one, David W. at 20. 20 seconds left. Ten. And that does it. David W. at 20. All right, good solid start tonight. Alec came back at 23, but it was just a hair too late. All right. We'll keep moving, and we'll get to a license plate. Like I said, we got a little bit of everything tonight. This is kind of banged up a little bit, but it still presents pretty well. It's definitely got a little bit of a patina look to it, but it still has decent colors. This is the 1950 Kansas. Now, this was a bare metal plate. This was an aluminum plate. And you can see here where they left all this as bare aluminum and just painted the green over the top of it. Rico and Jess are here. So this one is banged up and bent up a little bit. It's got some extra holes in it. it does still, it is still look decent, especially from a distance. Norma at 20. It is a standard size plate, basically the 12 by 6 roughly that we're familiar with on most of these tags. 71-510. Bent up a little bit, but still has a cool look to it. Norma at 20. And let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. All right, ticking along on this one. I better kind of keep my eyes peeled for what we want to do next. As we come up on the 1 minute mark, there's the 1 minute mark. Norma at 20. Yeah, nobody bids after Norma. Everybody wants to be a gentleman. Norma can play hardball if she needs to. She's shown that before. Minute 20's passed. Alec at 25 on Facebook. Minute 30 is passed. Alec at 25. Norma at 30. Ten seconds left. Norma at 30. And that does it. Norma at 30. And Michael came in at 32 over here just a little bit too late. Let's get a hubcap slid in here. 5960 era Chevrolet. Banged up. This is just a wall hanger. It's got a nice shine to it, but it's got the rally flags in it, which is super cool. Decent shine. Not super shiny, but still looks fairly decent. Back of it's fairly clean. This little cap is 10 5/8 outside diameter. On the little dog dish Chevy cap. Like I said, I think this is 5960 era, somewhere in that range. So looks like a UFO. It does kind of look funky. It is banged up a little bit up here too. So anyway, Alex, by the way, I need to call you tomorrow. I lost that number, so I will be getting a hold of you, Alex. I was going to mention that earlier, that I just seen your name pop up again. So I want to make sure I need to call you and get that number again tomorrow from you. So anyway, yeah, Westwood, it would make a good clock, Joe. Anyway, a Chevy UFO, yeah. So anyway, anybody on the Chevy cap, or do we need to package it with some other stuff? We may be able to package it with some other stuff. Tim says 58. So Tim's on with us. So yeah, we'll just bundle with some other stuff later on. Then, or no, Big Job says, that's right, Big Job. It took her a second to kind of process that. The Big Job bid on a Chevy cap, but I forgot he's been buying some of those for some other people. Big Job at 5. So let's go ahead and roll with it. That I had to look at that one a couple times. Then I remembered you've been buying some Chevy caps. So Alex at 15. So we're going to go ahead and roll. Alex at 15. Now that the Big Job bidding on Chevy caps is reprocessing in my brain. Frank at 14, but I already had Alex at 15. as we're getting close to the 1 minute mark. And there it is. Alex at 15 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Minute 20 has passed. And there's our minute 30 mark. Alex at 15 with 20 seconds left to go. Big job at 18. And that does it. Big job at 18. Tony's here with us. Oh. How about a can? We haven't done a can yet tonight. This is a cute little can. Got it on my road trip last week. I'm pretty sure I've got it. I didn't double check, but I'm pretty sure I do have it. So Mike from New Waverly, Texas is on. But this has nice little graphics. It's got a little bit of damage to the paint, but this is a Archer can. Rust stop concentrated on this little Archer. Great graphics on this with the Indian drawing back on his bow. Just pour into radiator and drive. This is a metal can. We can still see the seam over here. It was drained from the bottom. The top is intact. John at 20, Alec at 10, but I got John at 20 on YouTube to start with. This is a cute size little can. It is about 3 1/8 inches tall. And about 2 5/8 across. So a little over 3 inches tall. So it's a cute little booger with really nice graphics on it. And has the instructions on the back. Alec at 25. And let's go. Let's get this thing live on the timer. Mark won a pure oil creamer pitcher. Not sure what that is, but it sounds cool. Alec at 25. Mark come up with 15, but I've got Alec at 25 already on Facebook. And we just hit the 1 minute mark. Alec at 25. It's a cute little can. So metal, painted, a little bit of paint loss up here at the top, but the graphics here still look great. So minute 20 is passed. John at 26. John at 26. And there's the minute 30 mark. So if you're thinking about jumping in on this, now is the time to get that max bid out there. There is some interest in this thing. So John at 26 with 20 seconds left to go. 10. And that does it. And then there was Alex 30. Holy cow. Mark at 20. That 30 was about 4 seconds too late, Alec. It was that close. And I was watching. I knew you were still sitting there. I was watching close for you. John at 26 is where we were at when it timed out. Highlanders here. Let's do something a little different. Better have a Hudson badge, though. This thing's a little bit different. I found this in an old salvage yard last week while I was out on the road. And it's kind of cracked up. It's a little bit tough to see, but it's still kind of neat. I thought it was kind of a cool piece. We'll see if you guys think it's kind of a cool piece or not. It's a car that was not very popular, didn't stick around very long, but it's definitely different and unique. And this is early 50s, and it's a horn ring out of a Kaiser. Travis is here with us. Check this thing out. What do you guys think of this? The big K for Kaiser, and they had a buffalo or a bison as their symbol down here below it. This does have some cracking in the button, but it is intact. The ring has some pitting in it, but it is not broke. Just to give you an idea, it's 11.5 inches wide from here to here. And it's 8 3/8 high from here to here. So anyway, this is something a little bit different, a little bit out of the wheelhouse. I don't know if you guys like it or not. I thought it was kind of cool, so I grabbed it. Backside is intact. Like I said, the ring's not broke. If the center was a little bit cleaner, it would be super cool, but unfortunately it's not. So anyway, throwing this out there is something kind of different to see what you guys think. If you guys don't like it, we'll throw it back in the box and do something else with it later. But anyway, there it is, the Kaiser horn ring with the buffalo symbol in the middle of it. So we'll give everybody a few more seconds, see if anybody has any interest in this, because I really don't know. David W. just saw Kaiser sell yesterday. So it's different. It's not perfect, but I'm just curious. If there's interest, great. If not, no problem. Just something different. Trying to mix it up, mix different things in. Jess likes it at 30, so we'll go ahead and roll with it. Jess is in at 30. It is something different. Like I said, I'm completely lost as to whether you guys are going to be down with some of this different stuff or not. But if we don't try some different things here and there, nobody knows. So anyway, just at 30, we are on the timer. David W. will have a video up next week of it. So what are you doing, Gray Kitty? All right. We're ticking along on this one. I need to be looking at what else we need to be doing here. As we pass the 1 minute mark, Jess at 30. Jess might be the only person that likes this. I don't know. Minute 20 has passed. Coming up on the minute 30 mark. That's right. Jess does like weird stuff. Well, this is something definitely different. That's why I grabbed it. 10 seconds left. Looks like this one's going to go to Jess. Nobody else is jumping in yet. All right, we'll mark that one to Jess for 30. Let's do some more emblems. Time for some Chevy badges. Starting off with, now Jess has an excuse to buy a Kaiser. A Vega badge. Mid-70s era Chevy Vega. This was off the rear of the car, like a tail panel emblem. 4 inches long. It is pot metal, chrome, stud mount. It is flat, so you can put it about anywhere. Get some Hudson badges slid in there too. And the next 2 emblems actually came off the same car. They kind of mounted together. These were off of like a 70 or 71 Monte Carlo. Also off the tail panel. Monte Carlo by Chevrolet. These were separate pieces. They do have a little pitting in them. They still have a decent shine. They are both flat. They are both stud mount. The studs are intact. Alec at 5 on the Chevy badge bundle. Alec starting us off at 5. All 3 pieces. Monte Carlo by Chevrolet and the little Vega badge. So let's roll with this one. Get it on the timer. I'm going to make some notes. On the Chevy badges. Norma at 10. That's what I was going to do, Jess. I was going to throw it in the truck and bring it to you to Wichita. So Rico and Jess will also be at the Wichita swap meet. So Norma at 10 on the Chevy badge bundle. And I can bring anybody else's stuff as well. Anybody that's planning on being at the Wichita swap meet, just let me know, and I will bring any of this stuff with me. Alec at 12. Alec at 12 as we hit the 1 minute mark. And a minute 20 has now passed. We're at the minute 20 mark. Alec at 12 on Facebook. Norma at 20. As we hit the minute 30 mark, Norma at 20. $20 seconds left to go. 10. Michael at 28 on Facebook. And that does it. Michael at 28 on Facebook. That was a pretty good shot. It got in there at about 152. Not quite enough time for anybody to react. So Michael at 28. Got a snoring cat over there. His first car was a Vega panel van. I don't know. Oh, The other cat's on a chair right behind this computer, and I can hear her snoring. Who remembers Toy Tuesday from a week and a half ago? Not this last Toy Tuesday, but the Toy Tuesday before I left. Think about that for a minute, guys, as we move along here. How about a plate? Mark's back. What's cool about this, it's a low number, great condition. I think it was used, but man, not very long. Leo just bought a 98 Harley to ride. That sounds like fun. Check this plate out. Low number, 2-digit, number 1971. Back looks great. I almost thought this was new, but if you look real close, it looks like there was a screw on it right here at some point. It's got a couple little dents up here. So this thing looks great. 1971 RP, letter R, number 19, 2-digit Kansas plate. This is a standard size plate, the 12x6 normal size license plate that we are all familiar with. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling on the 1971 Kansas plate. All right. We're live on this one. Tweedledee at 10. Norma, 25. Highlander, 26. Norma at 50. We still got some more super cool plates to go yet tonight. We got actually a lot of cool stuff of everything. Hudson badge. Anybody thinking about Toy Tuesday? Just past the 1 minute mark on this one. Anybody thinking about Toy Tuesday from last week, a week and a half ago? A minute 20. Minute 20 has passed. Norma at 50. Minute 30's gone. $20 seconds left to go. Anyway, who remembers what we talked about a week and a half ago on Toy Tuesday? $10 seconds left. Yep, that one's on the way to you, Mark. And that'll do it. Norma at 50. Brian says lots of toys. Yeah. George just says he can't remember, so he misses them. Alex is still thinking about the Erskine badge. The zoo truck, I think that was part of it. And this is one thing I was really super excited about for last week. Is it possible to get the engine and body number from the Duesenberg? I am going back down there probably next week. That is a known car though, Mike. It was registered. It was a known car, but I don't know off the top of my head what the numbers are. But I do plan on going down there within the next few weeks and doing some more work. So, did you get the rest of the toys? I don't know. I've had toys coming in so crazy I don't remember it all. Auburn badge. But after we did Toy Tuesday a week and a half ago, and I was out on the road, and we looked at some stuff on Toy Tuesday, and then I actually found one while I was on the road. And I don't know, some of you guys were excited about this. Some of you may not care. I was kind of excited about to come up with another one. Anybody remember the lunch pails from a week and a half ago or whatever? I actually, while I was out on the road last week, found another speed buggy. Had more. Same guy that sold you the Tuesday had more. I don't even remember which batch we were talking about. I've had toys coming in so crazy it's hard to say. So anyway, I was excited to find this one to share with you guys. It's a little bit rougher. It's got some scuffs and scratches. Old School made it tonight. It's got a little surface rust. I mean, it's not David W. at 25. It is dated like the other one, 1973, Hanna-Barbera on the bottom. I'm going to corner the market, yeah. Nope, no thermos. We're just getting ready to get to that. Speed buggy. Inside is empty. Oh, I think I've got everything picked up from him at this point. I think. Inside's pretty decent. No thermos, but still looks pretty decent. Old School got a 77 Tonka long van today. That sounds sweet. Handle is still here. Metal latch is still here. It is metal, like the comment about number one about beating the bullies off. It is metal. It is original. 1973 Speed Buggy. David W. is starting us off at 25. Let's get this thing on the timer. Yeah, it is neat. That's why I was excited when I found another one. These are 8 3/4 basically by 6 3/4. 8 3/4 by 6 3/4. Standard size metal lunch pail. David W. at 25. All right. Anyone here need a slightly used KB5? Alec remembers growing up with these old lunch pails. Yep. That's why I was kind of excited to find it. I had it all lined up for next week. John at 26 had it all lined up for last week, just a few days after we talked about it, and then my Wi-Fi crashed. Eloy at 30 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Eloy at 30 is my high bidder. That's right. It isn't perfect, considering it's 50 years old and these things got used and abused hard. It doesn't look too bad. 1 minute 20 has passed. Polishing up Speed Buggy. I guess these lines here, I just noticed these red lines have been written on there. 1 minute 30 has now passed, so these lines, some drew on it. Eloy at 30. 20 seconds left to go. Ten seconds. Michael at 33. Michael at 33 on Facebook. And that does it. Michael at 33 on Facebook. Eloy came back at 35, but it was too late. Auburn badge. Michael said, I think I broke 2 of those as a kid in first grade. Well, don't break this one. How about a badge? We got everything tonight, including some badges. This one's a little bit rough. It is bent a little bit. You can see it's not flat, completely flat, but it is a cool one. This one does have some chipping in it, but it's still got great color. This is a late teens, early 20s era Dodge Brothers. Obviously, it is bent. It does have some chipping in here. It has lost some of the blue of the water of the ocean. The Dodge Brothers, Detroit, USA, still looks pretty decent. Eric at 30 on the Dodge Brothers. Like I said, it is not flat anymore. It is bent a little bit. This was the one that had the button that pressed onto the back of the grill shell, which is now gone. But late 20s, early 30s, that's right, it does kind of look like an old sheriff's badge. Dodge Brothers enamel badge. Roger's here with us. Eric's starting us off at 30. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer and get boogieing. I guess considering it's a little over 100 years old, it ain't too terrible. So, yeah, your $5 bid wouldn't have lasted very long. Eric's starting us off at 30 on it. So, all right, Jennifer's going to jump off. I'm glad you got on with us for a while tonight. I know you've had an exhausting week, so get some rest. Everybody's still thinking about you, praying for you, pulling for you. So glad you were able to get on for a while tonight, Jennifer. Appreciate you being here and appreciate you keeping us up to date with everything. Alex at 45. 1 minute has passed. I've got Alex at 45. And 1:20 has passed. Alex at 45. And there's our 1:30 mark. Alex at 45 on the Dodge Brothers badge. $20 seconds left to go. 10. Alex at 45. And that will do it. Alex at 45. Oh, man. Let's do another cap. We haven't done a cap in a while. I got another cap that actually got picked up from Tim that it's kind of universal. We've done it. We've sold 1 or 2 of these before, and everybody loves them. So I don't have a problem mixing one in. Tim had one later that ended up in a pile of stuff I got from him. And so I thought we'd throw it in there. Everybody digs them. They're universal, even if you don't a big fan of the cars. But the little bugs, you can hang these caps up anywhere. They're a great decorator piece on the little VW caps. And that's right. You're going to need sunglasses on this one. Pretty clean on the back. Looks like a mirror on the front. Obviously, the very prominent VW stamped right in the middle of it. It is John starting us off at 10. These caps are about 10 3/4 across. So, yeah, it's a sharp looking piece. Let's get her rolling on the timer. I'm going to ride it up. Everybody's got their shades on, which is good. Tweety D can have a mate for his other one. John at 6, Frank at 15, John at 16. But yeah, that's what, you know, some of these caps we do multiples on as I come across them, and these are just, everybody likes these. So Mark at 22. It's kind of fun to mix some of these in, even though we've done them before. So Michael at 24 on Facebook. As we come up on the 1 minute mark, Michael at 24 on Facebook. Minute 20 has passed. And there's our minute 30 mark. $20 seconds left to go. 10, Michael at 24. Mark at 25, right at the 159 mark. That was tight, but Mark slid her in there at 25. It's a good thing you didn't breathe or stumble when you hit the button, Mark, because you wouldn't have had any extra time on that one. Mark at 25 on the Volkswagen cap. You know, I've got a couple pieces left from Auburn Cord Duesenberg still. So let's get one of those. Mark said he's got a bad delay. Like I said, I will be going back down to ACD here within the next few weeks, but I've got a couple pieces left that we can still sell from there. So let's slide one of those in. We've done a couple of these, and I've got, I don't know if this is the last one or if I've got one more. But this is an original center off of a knockoff for an Auburn. Like I said, I had a couple of these, and I don't remember if this is the last one or if I've got one more. But there's only one here, but I got to check another box. This is directly off of a knockoff, off of a wheel. It is a flat disc, embossed. You can see where it's stamped in the backside. Mark refreshing again, probably not a bad idea. Alec at 15. Eric said he got one. Alec starting us off at 15 on the Auburn knockoff badge, right at 3 inches, maybe just a hair over. Embossed, stamped. This is an original and a pretty decent looking piece. These holes are where the little rivets were on it that held it onto the knockoff. Tweedly D at 20. Let's get this thing on the timer. Tweedledee at 20. This was just some leftover stuff that they had at ACD, probably from a restoration from years ago. Tweedledee at 20 as we come up on the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has passed. Tweedledee at 20. Minute 20 has passed. Stickers are 2, 3, and 4. 2 small, 3 medium, 4 for the big. Minute 30's passed. Tweedledee at 20. $20 seconds left to go. Alec at 25. And that does it. Alec at 25. Slid that one in there just right. Auburn badge. This next piece we're going to do is a little bit bigger. Another piece I picked up from Tim. It's got some pitting in it, but it's kind of a cool piece, and you can do a lot with it, actually. This is a 1951 Chevrolet trunk handle. It's not broken or chipped. It's got bright chrome, but it does have some pitting in it. The bow tie is supposed to be blue. You can repaint the bow tie blue, and then these little inserts were black. You can paint those about any color you wanted. Paint your bow tie. This thing mounts pretty flat. It's got a slight bow to it, be it because it was on the trunk lid. But it, excuse me. We're supposed to drink during that one, so I'm kind of triggered by an Auburn badge. John's starting us off at 25 on the 51 Chevy trunk handle. It is a pot metal piece. And let me give you the dimensions on it, and then we'll get started, because this is a little bit bigger piece. 19 1/4. It's about 19 1/4 long and about 2.5 high here at the peak. John at 25. That's right. It'd be a great dresser pull, that's for sure. Let's get this thing on the timer. John at 25. Ticking along, and I'm getting more stuff ready. I got a super cool. I got a super cool license plate coming up too, by the way. Badges, caps. I've still got everything piled up here. As we hit the 1 minute mark, John at 25. It's a 51 Chevy car trunk handle. Minute 20's passed. John at 25. Uh, 52 is actually different, Eloy. This is just 51. Minute 30's passed. John at 25. We're coming down to the wire on this one. If anybody's we're going to jump in. Now is the time, especially with some of the delays that we're fighting. John at 25. $10 seconds left. Pete at 38. Michael at 28, but Pete had him covered at 38, and that does it. Pete at 38. John came back at 39, just too late. Pete at 38. How about another toy? I'm going to show this to you here real quick so I can't back out, because you know I have a tendency to back up on toys. This is a cool little car. I got to show it to you so I don't change my mind. Because now I'm committed. This is a Structo, and it is, I think, based off of a Cadillac. It is a Pop Metal painted Structo toy. Not extremely detailed. It's got some slight finish to it. Back door area is a little bit wonky. Actually, it's a coupe. I think it's supposed to be a coupe. 3-piece back window. John's starting us off at 10 on the little Structo car. It says Structo right here on the bottom of it. It's got to be a 50s era piece, I would guess. All the wheels and axles are intact. It is 6 inches long by about 2 1/4 wide. So about 6 by 2 1/4 on the side. Some paint loss on the roof. The rest of it doesn't look too terribly bad. And John is starting us off at 10. Let's go ahead and get this thing. Yeah, that's right. On toys, I'm real bad about that. Toys, I sit here and stare at them, then I think I need to keep them. And then when I saw this was a coupe, not a sedan, then I got more excited about it again. But it's on the timer. John started us off with a bid, so we're kind of committed at this point. Dino who tries things out is digging it. Glad you're here tonight. John at 10. As we hit the 1 minute mark on the little Structo toy, Johnny Z at 20. Yes, it's like a Pop Metal. It is metal. It is cast metal, and it appears to be Pop Metal. And it is not broken up or chipped either. You know, being Pop Metal, it is a soft metal. It can actually end up being chipped or broke, things like that. But I found this when I was out on the road last week. There's a minute 30. Johnny Z at 20. 30 seconds left. If you're going to dive in on this thing, now is the time for that max bid based on your delays. Johnny Z at 20. This is a killer little piece. So Johnny Z at 20 with 10 seconds left to go. Kenny at 22, Pete at 26, and that does it. Whew, Pete at 26. That all happened in between like 156 and 159. Pete at 26. All right, who's ready for a super killer plate? I find many things. I find junk everywhere, it seems like. This plate here, this is actually my favorite Kansas plate. I've always admired this plate. And I should keep it for a spare, but like I said, I've got my big collection now, so I don't have to have it, but just checking the year on it, double checking the year on it. Dino likes the Charger. Yep. This plate here, it's a little bit rough, and it has, I don't know if it's had some touch-up done or what the deal is. Well over 100 years old. And like I said, it's one of my favorite plates because I love the Kansas logo. This is the 1916 Kansas plate. So 107 years old, and I've always thought this was so cool the way they did the KAN on the 1916 plate. Tweedledee at 60. Eric at 30. Tweedledee at 60. This is a bigger plate. It is David W. 65. 15 inches long by 6. So it's 15 by 6. It's got a few extra holes in it. Norma at 100. It's got a little bit of rust damage down here, but it is cool. It's been up a little bit, but it's 107 years old. So, you know, what do you expect? I've got Norma at 100. Let's get this thing on the timer. Like I said, I've always admired this 16 with that KAN on it and kind of that circular type deal. But we're going to send this one down the road. Yeah, this is a great piece. Like I said, 107 years old. I don't know. The back, I'm sure the back is original. Yeah, it's the only year that they did it like that. And I don't know if this was painted and then weathered or tried to clean it up and it scuffed it. I don't really know. It might be original. I'm not sure. But not one you get a chance to buy every day. And 1 minute has now passed. Let's see what happens. Got Norma at 100. Norma, the German word for business. Yeah. Especially when it comes to license plates. A minute 20 has passed. And there's the minute 30. Michael at 115. I've got Michael at 115 on Facebook. 20 seconds left to go. $10. John at 101. I got Michael at 115. And that does it. Normal came in at 110, but I had Michael at 115. Normal came back at 125, just a little bit too late. Michael at 115. That is a cool piece. There's no doubt about it. I've still got a few more plates yet, too. So, all right. We need to do another can. We've done a few of these in the past. I really like these cans. And they're kind of different. This is the Texaco, the blue Texaco, the quality line fuel system conditioner and de-icer. Check this thing out. I love these. It's a little bit different with that blue on it. Has the flowing lines, the big Texaco badge. This is a metal can, screw on top. It is new. I will have to drain it, but that's good. I can drain it, so it's still got stuff in it, but I will have to drain it before I ship it. You still hear stuff in it. Instructions on the back, just in case anybody ever actually wanted to read them. Original cap on the top. Texaco fuel system, conditioner, and de-icer. Dennis at 10 on the little Texaco can. Good looking piece. Let me give you the size on it. With the top, all the way to the top, it's a little under 6 inches to the cap. I don't think I want to drink it. And it is 2 5/8 in diameter across here. Dennis at 10. Let's get this thing on the timer. This one I got at a swap meet with some other cans. Yep, no need for de-icer in South Texas. So. And there's our 1 minute mark. Dennis at 10. I don't know if it works on wives or not. I don't know. I don't know if it would de-ice your wife or not. But if you asked her, it probably wouldn't work. So that's true. I don't have to punch a hole in this one. Minute 20 has passed. Outcast Projects made it. Dennis at 10. John at 11. As a minute 30's passed, 30 seconds left to go. John at 11. $20 seconds left. 10. Lee at 15. And that'll do it. Lee at 15. How about a hood ornament? Do a hood ornament. Need to do another cap. Let's see. We got stuff all over. All right. Let's do a hood ornament. We'll get another cap. We'll get another plate. This hood ornament is, it's not an extremely rare one, but this is a pretty sharp one. Got in a box of ornaments from Tim. This is, I think, 4748 Chevrolet. Nice chrome on it. It's not chipped. It's not broken. This is the standard hood ornament, not the accessory or anything. Mark at 15 on the Chevy hood ornament. Super bright chrome on this one, obviously. And it's about 14 1/4 inches long. Between the D, 25. Maybe that 15 was for the other one. I don't know. Between the D at 25. John needs it for his mailbox. That actually was probably not a bad plan. Does have a slight curvature to it to mount on the hood. Between the D at 25. So let's get this thing on the timer. Nice bright chrome, kind of a cool piece. Like I said, this one's not extremely rare, but it is a pretty nice one. Yep, it does kind of look like an airplane. It is pop metal, has a little bit of bulk to it. Tweedledee at 25. And 1 minute has passed. And there's the minute 20 mark. Joe at 30, Mark at 30. I had Joe's Classics first at 30. Minute 30 has passed. Coming out of the wire, Joe's Classics at 31. 20 seconds left to go. Ten. Eloy at 35. And that'll do it. Eloy snuck that one in there at 35. Joe was trying to throw Mark off, and Eloy slid in. Joe came back at 36, but it was too late. Next time I walk past the Rambler in your yard, pop off a cap and auction it. Depends on which Rambler it is. I got a lot of them, so. Okay. Let's do another badge, another early badge. This one is back in the teens. Any of them, just any Rambler cap. And this is a colorful badge. I really like this one. It is a duplicate, though. From the Willys Overland Company, Toledo, Ohio. Overland. Now, this is supposed to have red up here as well. That red is chipped out. The red down here looks good. The Overland looks nice. A little bit of chipping in the Overland, but not bad. The Overland is blue. There's a little bit of chipping in the blue up here. Across the top, you can still see where it says the Willys Overland Company, Toledo, Ohio, down here around the bottom. This is a flat badge, stud mount, one single stud on the back to mount this one. Alec at 10. Alec starting us off at 10. It is 2 inches by about 1.25 inches. Alex at 40. So 2 inches on the little Overland from the Willys Overland Company, Toledo, Ohio. Kicking this thing off on the timer. Alex at 40. As we're working our way towards that 1 minute mark, not quite there yet. Alex at 40. Bill Disc's back. One minute has passed. Alex is going to 50 to cover himself. Minute 20's passed. This is a cool little piece. Alex at 50. Minute 30's passed. Leo says that was a good move. It may keep somebody out. $20 seconds left to go. 10. Eloy at 51. Pete at 51. I had Eloy first at 51. And that does it. Eloy at 51. Kenny at 52. Alex at 60. Eloy at 51 is the one that I had at 2 minutes. Pete was right after him with 51. But Eloy at 51 is who I had at that point. Let's do a couple more plates and a cap. I got 2 more plates laying here and a cap laying here. We'll do those. They're already on the desk. And all the rest of this stuff we'll get to in the coming weeks. Because I've still got, unless you guys want to keep going more, but man, there's still some cool stuff in here. But I got 2 plates and a cap here. We'll do a plate, a cap, and a plate, and then we'll get ready to move on to the magazine. Plate, cap, toy. I actually only had those couple toys. The lunchbox and the 1 car was the only toys I had tonight. This is a beautiful plate. Great colors, well preserved on this 1959 Kansas truck plate. These 59 plates with this, it's yellow, but it's got a little bit of an orange tint to it. Blue letters, very attractive plate. This thing obviously looks great for its age. It has been used. We can see it does have the screw holes on it. Backside looks almost as nice as the front. Weston starting us off at 10. It is still pretty flat. Standard size plate, 12 by 6. T, so it was a truck plate. Tweedledee at 30. But good looking plate. Good colors. Definitely stands out and pops. Let's get this thing on the timer. Tweedledee at 30. And I'm going to make some notes here. Big Job's digging it. Great kitty. Pete says use a rubber mallet. You can flatten them out a little bit sometimes too. This one's pretty good, so this one's not bad at all. Just it's got kind of the spring to it like some of them do. Yeah, they must be really bad because Mark's $25 bid just come up and the $30 bid's been up for quite a while. Kyle the car guy said plate, he's ready for dinner. 1 minute has passed. 1 minute left. Tweedledee at 30. Where's the kitties? Gray kitty, come over here, dum-dum. His granddaughter wants to see the kitties. I think one of them's still back there zonked out. Minute 20 has passed. Tweedledee at 30. Norma at 40. Minute 30 has passed. I'll try to get her, Joe. We'll see if we can snag her here in a minute. 20 seconds left to go. Michael at 33, but I've got Norma at 40. Ten seconds left to go. Norma at 40. Eloy at 46. And that does it. Eloy's on a roll. Eloy must have his timing figured out. Norma came back at 50, but it was too late. Eloy at 46. All right, let's take a break for a second. Let me go grab Gray Kitty. Come here, Gray Kitty. Your presence is being requested. Come here. Yes, come here. Come on. All right. There's Gray Kitty. Everybody say hi to Gray Kitty. You gonna say hi to everybody? Yes. Hi, Gray Kitty. Yes. Everybody wanted to see you. You say hi. Say hi to everybody. Yes. Meow. Meow. What? John's trying to bid on you too. Everybody's trying to bid on you. Yes, you're a goofball. All right. Say bye-bye. We're going to get back to the auctions. Yeah, she's thrilled. She was all curled up over there and I messed with her, so. Marshall's got him all screwed up. Yes, you're a great kicker. All right. Here, you can go back to your spot. She's like, I was fine in my spot before you messed with me. That's right. She's watching the keyboard, ready to dance on it. The black kitty in front of me, I call her Chunky Butt. This is what I call her. I don't really think she's got a name, but she's fat. She lives in the office. The other cats kind of picked on her, so we let her stay in here. And she lays around and she's fat, so I call her Chunky Butt. But just I don't really have her name, but right, Chunky Butt? Hey, Chunky Butt. Yes, Chunky Butt. Meow. All right. Let's do a cap and another plate. This cap's kind of cool. I got it from Tim. It's kind of banged up, but it's a neat piece. It is stainless. It is a little different. I don't think we've done one of these before. On the Mercury 8. Late 40s, I think. Obviously got a lot of dings and dents in the stainless. On the back, you can see where it is stainless. It's got a steel mounting ring around it. The stainless still has a good shine. The paint does appear to be original in the Mercury 8. Just a lot of dings and dents, but still a cool looking piece. So it is about 9.5 on the diameter of this cap. Alex at 25, just his granddaughter says Chunky Butt is inappropriate. So that's what I call her. So Alex at 25 on the Mercury cap. Like I said, it's got dings and dents, but it's still a pretty cool looking piece. We are live on this one. It is on the timer. Let me make some notes. Then we're going to knock out another plate and then get moving with tonight's magazine. All right. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, Alex at 25. And there's our 1 minute mark. I bet you're right. I bet it is 39 or newer because it couldn't be any earlier than that. Minute 20 has passed. And there's our minute 30 mark. $20 seconds left. $10. Bill Disk at 26. And that does it. Woo! Man, he slid that in at about 158. Bill Disk at 26. And then Alex and Mark. And they were all too late, so. But Bill Disc at 26 is who I got at about 158, and then we timed out. So all right, let's catch one more plate. This is kind of a cool deal. It's not a super old one like the other one, but this is still kind of cool. There it is. Now, you remember some of those, Bill was waiting in the bushes, yeah. Some of that last batch of plates I had, Gary's got to jump off on Facebook. Glad you were here for a while tonight, Gary. Some of these plates had the original envelopes, but most of them were not correct for the plates. This one, however, if we'll look at, is plate number 643. And there we have plate 643. 1966 truck PL 643. It was used. We can see it did have screws in it at one point in its life. So it was used, but it was not. Look at the back of that thing. Weston at 15. It was not used, probably on a truck that sat inside. It's got the farm sticker on it. So this may have been on a grain truck that was only used during harvest and put back in the shed. I don't know. But it's cool when they, like I said, a lot of those I have don't have the correct envelopes. This one does. It is matching. It is original. The same envelope it's been in since 1966. Norma at 50. So, kind of a neat piece. The envelope's a little dirty. It's been laying around for years. But it's a good looking piece. 3-digit tag, truck in the original envelope. It's kind of cool. We are live on the timer. So, David W's got a 66 International. So, I guess you need that. Plate with the love glove. There you go. Yeah, well, except you can see it's had a screw in it. So, it was on a truck. No whiskers from Gray Kitty. So it was used, but like I said, since it was a farm truck, I bet it was like on a grain truck that was probably used for a couple weeks during harvest and then put back away. Norma at 50. And there's the 1 minute mark. Michael at 55 on Facebook. And 1:20's passed. Michael at 55. There's the 1:30 mark, 30 seconds left on this piece. Michael at 55. Norma, 75. 20 seconds left. David W. at 57. Norma has him covered. Ten seconds left. And that'll get it. Norma took care of it. David W. took a shot at 57. Norma had him covered at 75. All right. And are you going to the swap meet, Norma? Do you want me to bring these with me, or do you want me to just plan on sending them to you? Just let me know what you need me to do, and we'll make it happen, whatever works for you. So, anyway, that was a lot of fun tonight. And I still got a whole ton of stuff stacked in here. Hood ornaments, license plates. I mean, this is stuff that's already processed and ready. So, still got a lot of stuff in the boxes ready to go, starting off for next week. So anyway, if you're going to the swap meet, you want me to bring any of that stuff with me, let me know. There's a Hudson badge for you to think about. Yep, that Pete says great auction. John said cool stuff. Yep, it was fun. We had a lot of neat stuff. It was a good time tonight, as always. But you guys are what make it fun. That's right, Leo. Time for some magazine. Then, after the magazine, we're giving away that stack of boxes full of something. So, okay, just let me know, Norma. Whatever works for you, doesn't matter to me. We'll make something happen one way or the other. All right. Back to one of the mini mags. If you remember, it's been several weeks ago now. We got a viewer box that had a stack of mini mags in it. We've been trying to work through some of those. John says he's going to send me a few 60s hot rods. Sweet. Kenny says it's a good auction. He saved money tonight. And that's right, Gal. Congratulations to all the winners. Like I said, it helps fund what we do here. It adds to your collection. I sell some duplicate stuff. It adds to your guys' collection, and it all makes it fun. You guys are great sports about it, especially when we're dealing with the delay. But I appreciate all your guys' support and help with that. And it's a lot of fun, even when we have some challenges with the systems. Yeah, that's right, Alec. Nobody's boxes of something. So that's exactly what we're giving away here after we get done with the January 1961 issue of Custom Rodder. Good auction, Johnny. The Johnny Carson references, they still crack me up. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys think I do that good of a job. I don't think I'm near that level, but I do appreciate the Johnny Carson comments. It does make me feel like I'm trying to do something. I'm doing something right. So, but the January 1961 issue of Custom Rodder with a cover price of a whopping 25 cents. Thanks, Kevin. I do try to make a decent show every Sunday. That's why I work these up. I do put some time in it. I do try to put together a quality product every week. So even last week, I had one built, but the Wi-Fi didn't cooperate. But let's get into the January 61 issue of Custom Rodder. Are you Ed McMahon? Where'd you go, Ed McMahon? Oh, she's back in her chair now. But starting off with the January 61 issue of Custom Rodder. Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate it. I appreciate all your guys' comments and support. Like I said, I never in a million years thought this would ever be anything, and you guys keep coming back every week and making it what it is. But the first segment in here, and this is something kind of different, the Reader's Drawing Board. Every month, Custom Rodder will print a section devoted to your sketches of the way you'd like to restyle cars. Send sketches drawn with black ink or soft black pencil on plain white paper, no color. So these are reader sketches. Not a dirty magazine from the viewer box. Guy loves the environment I've created. Well, thanks. I try. That's all I can say is I try. And Bill, this is the best way to spend a Sunday. So like I said, I try to do a good job. Reader sketches. You could actually draw your own car, send it in, and they would run them. And I believe there's a few more on the next page even. Yep. A few more on the next page. Nope, John, I think there's a lot of us out here that, old cars and junk. I think you're in good company, and you're definitely not alone. This next article was kind of interesting. Starbird picks the 20 best grills. Daryl Starbird's top 20 selection of all-time great grills. And you may get an idea that will put your next grill on a future list. So we've got several pictures of nose shots to look at coming up. I'll just hold these up for a few seconds and let you guys kind of examine them. These are all like obviously nose shots. intentionally to give people different ideas of what Darryl Starbird liked. There's the Hudson badge. John says, my wife won't watch, but walks by and says Auburn badge, so we're getting there. We better give you an Auburn badge, too. Yep, there is the a la carte. And we can see different touches of a lot of other cars in these grills. And it does mention some of them. You know, 57 DeSoto bumper right in on this car here. Another crazy thing that a lot of people didn't realize was a lot of these. Randy's here. Glad you made it. A lot of these grills, like, see all these round knobs in these? A lot of times these guys actually use like cabinet knobs, like drawer pulls. They just go buy 100 of them and incorporate them into a grill. And the next batch. What are you doing, cat? Yeah, what are you doing, cat? Another cat. And the final page of custom grills picked by Darryl Starbird. John's digging the cool picks. Yep, that's for sure. What are you doing over there, cat? Meow. And the next article we're going to check out started right here, the Distinguished Impala. They've got a great photo shoot on this Impala as well. So we're going to flip to that next. Lots of pictures there. Again, all black and white. No color in this other than the cover. That's it. But this is we got to remember, this is January of 61. This is a 59 Impala. This is January of 61, and this car is already done. So this was done to an essentially brand new 59 Impala. Cut or live for daylight savings time. And that's it on, actually, there's one cover. Inside the front cover, there was another shot of that Impala. I'm going to show you, we're going to flip back to the front cover because that was what they opened the magazine with. But I wanted to get to the car before we showed that picture of it. There are 59 Caddy taillights. They, if you look real close, they closed in the opening of the 59 Chevy taillight and then molded this little hole in it and put two 59 Caddies in there. No, that's true. You won't see anybody do that to a 59 Impala today for as crazy hot as those cars have gotten. Now, the next article we're going to catch is a how-to article. And it's not exactly a how-to article that most people would really think about doing. I wouldn't have even thought about it until I read this. They actually did an article on your glove box. Yep. Custom glove box. Out of sight, out of mind definitely does not refer to your glove compartment. Pad it yourself. Line your glove compartment. Literally went through step by step of how to pad your glove compartment. They customized everything back then, I guess. And step by step, all the way till it was done, fully padded and lined. Roger said Australia, the same magazine in Australia. Yeah, that's true. A show point hitter. That would help. The next page comes up with another how-to article, but it's a little more, visible. Candy stripe your package tray. And lays it all out for you right there. Well, and on next, we're getting back to another car, which is always cool. It's always cool to see the way they did these custom tricks back in the day. And this is a pretty sharp one. Pretty heavily customized car. I think was a 54 Merc? I can't even hardly really tell. It's so customized. Yep, 54 Merc. Pretty wild car. Check this thing out. Yep, it is a sharp car. Next article is another tech article, which in this time, remember in 1961, to say what color it was, let me see here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I don't remember on this one. Does not say. Actually, that's a 49 to 51 Merc is what that was. It doesn't say, but it was that body style. But it doesn't even say what color it was. So, but there again, for 1961, this was a pretty high-tech article on heads, porting and polishing overhead valve V8s, porting, polishing, and milling. Obviously, that was, and the crazy part about it is overhead valve V8s had not been around that long, not in mass production. Olds and Cadillac in 49, Chevy didn't have one until 55. And we've got to remember, we've got to take ourselves back in time. Remember, we're sitting in basically November of 1960 when this article was probably written for a January 61 cover. So porting and polishing and milling overhead valve heads was pretty new technology at that time. A few more pictures. Yeah, no problem, Eloy. Just give me a shout tomorrow. We'll get it all sorted out. No big deal. Back to another car article. Like I said, that's the cool part about this. Porting, polishing, and milling overhead valve heads in today's world is normal. It was brand new, crazy technology at that point because those engines, and some people hadn't even gotten a hold of one of those engines yet at that point. So, Shop Cat saw a video today of a 1905 Duroc that had a 28-liter overhead valve V8 from 1905. Holy cow. But what can a customizer do when he's finished his all-out restyle? Answer, go right on to a second stage. And that's exactly what this owner of this 54 Merc did. And this thing's got a lot of custom touches. Lincoln headlights, newer 59 Merc grill, 59 Chevy bumper, Chrysler taillights, or Packard taillights, excuse me, Packard taillights. This thing's pretty wild, but it's pretty cool. Let's see if it gives us a color on this one. That's something probably need to pay a little closer attention to see if it gives us a color. Says it's green. It doesn't say what kind. It just says it's a green lacquer paint job. It's a 54 Merc Tudor hardtop. And it says while the car cost him $1,100 originally, it's valued today at $6,500. Check this thing out. And imagine it in some shade of a green. That's right, Randy. A CNC machine does it all now. True. That's true. And actually, oh, hey, this is the cover car. So we do see the color on this one. There she is. This is the cover car. So the one car we actually get to see the color on. Another tech article. Every customizer should be able to do these fundamental jobs himself. Nosing, decking, dechroming, and molding. Check this out. Obviously, a pretty important part of a custom car was different minor exterior changes. So that's right. $6,500 was a ton of money back then. The spare tire cover is pinstriped. We'll flip that back around here in a minute. Or no, actually, I think it is a reflection. It looked like pinstriping, but I think you're right. I think it is a reflection because it's not equal. If it was pinstriping, it would be equal. But some more custom touches. Obviously, working on a Chevy here, right here, where they're sealing up the seam in the hood, cleaning it up. Working on essentially a new Falcon to add some custom tips to what at that time was a brand new Falcon because the Falcon didn't come out till 60. That looked like the spare tire cover too. So, yep, nosing and decking. It was a craft, that's for sure. And we'll catch one more quick article, and then we're going to get to the ads. Not a ton of ads in these little mini mags. But I wanted to catch this one. The Custom Rodder new products report. 3 new products. One of them very interesting. One basically is a tow bar. That wasn't too exciting. The other one, corrosion preventative discs of copper alloy, which are designed to attract sulfuric acid fumes, have been developed by the U.S. Polymer Corporation to put on your battery. But the interesting new product, that's right, John, those cars were brand new, basically, that they were customizing. The fiberglass body from the Savage Sports Car Company weighs 175 pounds and will fit 35 different stock chassis. by the Savage Sports Car Manufacturing Company in Los Angeles, California. Check this thing out. There's the battery things, the tow bar, but check out that wild thing. I don't think they sold a ton of those. Travis was hanging out with Leo today out in the 74 Nova. Kevin's got to jump off. Glad you were here. I thought that was pretty interesting and well worth a look. I have not heard anything else about the Pioneer Village auction, the next one, Reggie. I have not heard anything about that at all. If I do, I will let you guys know, but I do not have any information on that at all. X-Ray's here. Supercar show from the 60s, yep. X-Ray. I don't know if you sent me any money or not. I've got last several weeks of your stuff, and I know you usually get a couple weeks built up before you send payment, but I haven't got anything from you in a while, and I don't want you to. If you did send something, I didn't get it. That's the only reason I'm concerned is if you sent me something and we're waiting on something that I haven't gotten paid for yet. So I do have a couple weeks worth of your stuff stacked up. So if you haven't, that's fine. No big deal. I just didn't want you to have sent money and then wonder where your stuff's at. So I just wanted to run that by you because I knew I had some of your stuff stacking up, and I didn't want you have something get lost in the mail and you be waiting on me. So, but anyway, let's catch some ads. Like I said, not a ton. Oh, yeah, perfect, X-Ray, not a problem. No big deal whatsoever. I didn't want something to get lost in the mail and you be waiting, thinking you're waiting on me, and there was an issue. So, because I know you usually build it up a little bit anyway, so not a big deal. I just didn't want something to get lost, and then you be wondering where your box was at. And but obviously, like all these magazines in this era, had your almost mandatory J.C. Whitney ad. What were they highlighting this time in J.C. Whitney? Custom grills, stainless steel type custom grills. The wind-up sports car, you put a big wind-up key on the back of your car. Plastic car covers. Convertible raincoat to put over your car when the top was down if it rained. Nope, they have no gray kitties in a box. The crazy part about this, though, is to cram all this stuff in there. Look at the size of the text in this stuff. Yep, we can catch that again, number one, just a second. It's actually right just a couple pages away from this ad, so. That's for sure. You definitely need a magnifying glass for that. All right, there's the new products with the sports car, whatchamacallit, thingamajig. That's right. It's a mini mag. It's a micro size rag, and the text is that tiny in a tiny magazine. Shopcat bought a magnifying glass with LEDs. I'm that many years old. J.C. Whitney, Honest Charlie's in Midwest out of Cleveland. X-Ray could read it then, but not anymore. Hat Company is the body. Savage Sports Car Company. Savage Sports Car Body was the company on that car. But the next ad we're going to catch was the subscription page. If you wanted to subscribe to Custom Rodder or Cars. Cars was $350 a year. Car Speed and Style was $250, and Custom Rodder was $250. So you save 50 cents off the cover price if you subscribed and got it every month. Number one said we've had Savage sports cars. Huh, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled. I don't remember when that was or what magazine it was, but they had some weird stuff, that's for sure. But no, I don't remember that, but I'm sure you're right. I'm sure we probably did. This next ad kind of cracked me up because it's pretty gimmicky. Buy your next car through our national car buying service. 1960 model start at $895. Order yours today. 1959 Studebakers with brand new tubeless tires, $495. 1959 Chevrolets, 1959 Plymouths, 1959 Fords, X-Taxis, full $595 price. So these were basically like old taxi cabs. I guess they were the program cars of the day. I don't know. So look kind of gimmicky to me. The next ad cracked me up, and it's not a car ad, but I've got to share it with you. We've got a couple of these gimmicky non-car ads in here. And you say it's a full page, but I guess it's about got to be a full page when your magazine's only this big. So, but what's funny about this, turn your hands, fingers, elbows, and feet into super weapons with easy-to-learn karate. Quicker, better than judo. Check this out. Yep, didn't even say checkers. It said everything but checkers, did it, for cabs? X-Ray, a homemade fiberglass sports car made completely from drawing board to finished product by James Webb, a 17-year-old high school student, will be unveiled at the Oakland Roadster Show. So that was, okay, that's what I was thinking, X-Ray. That was on the Savage. That's what I thought that where you were going with that, but I wasn't sure, so. Pete's going to be looking for one. The next ad, once again, another J.C. Whitney, but this is for your catalog. I'll save you money on all your automotive needs. Just mail coupon for my giant 404-page, 100,000-item 1961 catalog. And a couple more ads, including one more cheesy one. Although it's not Charles Atlas, but it's definitely related. Because this is George Jowett. A real man can take care of himself, can you? A real man can take care of the wise guys, can you? A real man can take care of the girls, can you? If not, sign up for the George Jowett You the Man training sessions. So not Charles Atlas, but kind of close. And the inside back cover. Commercial Trades Institute. Ever think of the big money you can earn as an auto mechanic? On the inside of the back cover. Yeah, that was pretty funny, Mark. I agree with that. That is pretty hilarious the way they word all that. And finally, the back cover. Our good old, almost as common as J.C. Whitney, Motors Manual ad. How to fix any part of a car. Advertising to the wheat car guys. Yep. In 1961. So there you have it. The January 1961 issue of Custom Rodder, one of the mini mags out of the viewer box from several weeks ago. We've still got a handful of these to go. So we'll keep working through them. They are cool. A lot of neat stuff in them. And like I said, they're a lot of fun to do. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was definitely worth checking out. Pete's digging it. That's right, number one. I bet Spicoli's dad answered one of those TV repair ads in a magazine, and that's why he's got such a sweet set of tools. Great call, number one. I hadn't thought of that. Glad you guys liked it. Glad you guys enjoyed it. But, yeah, that's a good point, number one. That's probably where Spicoli's dad learned to fix TVs. Good call. Anyway, I guess it's that time. I guess it's that time to bust out the big Buick oil can. Ozark bought a 60 Lark in high school, drove it home. His parents made him get rid of it. All right. Who's in here? All the names are in there. And let's go through who got in the last couple of weeks, just to make sure. I don't need the first few weeks worth of stuff. Let's get to this packet. Is the last 2 weeks. Since I wasn't here last week, so this is the last couple weeks. Norma, Mark Falcon, Tweedly D, Big Job, Kenny Peterson. Like I said, this is a couple weeks worth in this packet, so some of the guys are in there twice. Zach Thompson, Lee Carr, Joe's Classics, and Alec Blanchett. All right. So there we go. If I didn't read your name and you thought that you were in, let me know so we can try to figure out what happened. What we've got, actually, we've got a cat in the way right now. Move, cat. I got to get these boxes. And you're sitting on them. There you go. Oh. TCAP. I'm not sure where TCAP was. I'm not sure where you're going with that one. That kind of threw me off. Let's see. Well, we've got the big box, the small box, and the medium box. These are all full. They're not packed, but everything that's going is in them. I haven't packed them, wrapped everything up, and taped them, but they are ready. This big box is 16 by 12 by 8. And it's full of goodies. So, I guess we'll give it away. I'll smack the Hudson badge. We better give everybody a couple badges to think about this. So, here we go. For the big box of goodies. Leo thought he heard it meow. Yeah. David W. is giving us a drum roll. And remember, if once you win, you can't win again. Big box first, and if we draw the same name, we'll keep drawing. Alec. Upside down, Alec, but Alec Blanchett. All right. Right there. Let's get this one set down and go to the next box. Big Job says wants to see what's in the box. I'll show you a couple things. I'll let some of it be a surprise to Alec, but of course we've got the early plate that we talked about last week or a couple weeks ago. And there's some other plates in here. There's emblems in here, some cans. Some little toys, Popular Mechanics, some emblems, a little bit of all the stuff we love. So we're going to send this one off to Alec. And then we're going to draw another name for the medium box with 12 pieces in it. Take pictures before we send it out. So then just show them next week. All right. This box has about a dozen pieces in it. And Alec is out on this one. So if we draw Alec's name again, we're going to draw another one because we want 3 winners. We're getting a little thirsty there. Next. What's it say? Mark Falcon. All right, we'll show you a few little things in here. I did put a sticker in each box as well. A couple of plates, a couple of cans, a couple of emblems. Some more little toys. There's 3 cans in this one, 4 cans in this one. So we're going to get that one off to Mark. And then I'll take pictures of it. So get this box to cooperate here. All right. One more, the little box left. There are 7 little pieces in here. So Alec is out, Mark is out. If we pull one of their names again, we will pull another one. Oh, got Mark's name again. Yes, and in case you're wondering, Mark gets pretty serious about the raffles. So next sticker should be like mini Kansas plates. The state that the letters and numbers are nobody's county and address. There we go. Johnny Z. Johnny Z gets the little box. All right. Johnny Z right there. So we'll look at a couple of things in here. There's not as much in here. Little sticker, couple of emblems, couple of matchbooks, a little can. Can't get a lot in here. A couple of emblems. So yeah, John, 3 winners is cool. So when we first started doing these, we just did just one, and everyone's like, we got to have some runner-up stuff. So that's why we started doing 3, sometimes 4 even, on the drawing. So that being said, I guess that does it for this month. Shopcat Little Box has 2,000 in counterfeit bills, bags of sugar from the trunk of a 76 Fleetwood. Yeah, that's kind of funny, actually. Joe, no, you don't get your raffle money back, Joe. But anyway, that does it for this month's raffle. Make sure we're empty and ready to go for next month. Now, what's going to happen next month? Everybody's curious. I'm not curious because I know, but all I have right now is the main prize. We'll get a few little pieces to go along with it, throughout the month. I guess we'll give this away April 2nd. Yep, threw you all in the garbage again. April 2nd for the March drawing. The funny car up on the top shelf, we've looked at that a few times in the past. It's an old blue Max car. I've had this since I was a little kid, a real chintzy plastic blue Max car. Been up there for a while. All right. Next month raffles a pick of any 74 Z28 here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. How to get into the drawings, Tony asks. Yep, that was a Raymond Beetle car. Mike was a fan of Blue Max. Yep, I've had that thing since I was probably 10 years old. Tony, the information is in the description part of the video. You can do check, money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family. Just like anybody that pays for the wins on the auctions, it's $1 a chance. You send me $5, you're in here 5 times, $10, 10 times, etc., etc. That is in the and that is in the description, as well as my phone number. If you got a question about it, then just give me a call and I can walk you through it. So PayPal information is in there, and as well as mailing stuff, whatever works for you, Tony. Or if you got any questions, just give me a call. We do it every month. We do a raffle every month. We do the auctions every night, so every Sunday night. Michael loved the Blue Max. Yeah, Alec, he remembers talking about. Now it is a cool toy. What year and model am I? I was born in '74, October of '74. Roger's got to bail off. Glad you were hanging out with us from down under tonight. But this month's raffle, cool piece, beautiful piece, and I know you guys love these because every time we do one, I'm a month older than Joe. I know you guys get excited about it. This is actually a similar piece to the very first raffle we did, I think. I think one of the very first raffles we ever did was a piece very similar to this. Doesn't badge. Alec had the red one with a plastic zip. I remember those. Those plastic zip. You zipped it out and let it go. Yeah, I remember those. So what are we going to raffle off this month? Like I said, I know every time we've done something similar to this, you guys have gotten excited about it. You like them. I like them. And it's a great piece. I just ran over my shoestring. I had to tie it back so I didn't get it wadded up into the wheel of this chair. But here she is. The March raffle. This is an original, probably 60s era mobile regular porcelain pump plate. This is we need a big piece like the pedal car. Yeah. 13 3/4 by 12. 13 3/4 by 12. Mark's already start sending money in for it. Michael's digging it. Yeah, it's a cool piece. You can see on the back, it's got some age to it. I just got this on it to hang it. It's got the old clips on it. Gonna need a bigger Buick can on this deal. A few whammos over here. Little one down here, over here. Obviously has the Pegasus on it. Nice, bright, shiny porcelain. So, yep, that's going to look great on about any shop wall. So, there she is. Until April 2nd, when it's going to belong to somebody else. John never knew how bad he needed that. But there it is. I hope you guys like it. I know when we do some porcelain signs, you guys get excited about it. I get excited about it. But if I don't have a lot of them, a lot of the same thing, I don't ever want to get rid of one either. So anyway, there it is. We'll get a couple other ones. We, as always, we'll pull probably 3 names like we usually do. By the time we get to April 2nd, I'll have a couple more things rounded up for everybody. But I'm glad you guys are having fun. The raffle this month was a great time. We had a lot of neat stuff. I'm excited for the winners to get to open their boxes, and I hope they like them. And I'm glad you guys are excited about this. We'll see what we can come up with to go with it for next month. But April 2nd, we're going to give that to another lucky winner. So Who remembers the Cox Nitro powered cars you nailed onto the street on a wire? I kind of remember something about that, but I never had anything like that. So, all right. Any news on new T-shirts? No, I have not got anything done on the new T-shirt design yet. I do need to get on that. But yes, don't have any news on them yet. But I know what I want to do with it. I got to get them sent to my guy and have him see what he comes up with. But no, still have to just kind of back burner right now with being out of town and being caught up. But I do got to get that stuff emailed to him, or he's going to get busy and not be able to get my stuff done. So anyway. Let's see. Lots of comments popping up here. Lots of birthdays coming up. And, all right. Auburn badge. April 2nd, let's give that thing away. What else is happening? New inventory. What videos? Shirt colors, I'll probably do blacks and grays again, I'm thinking. It depends on how the artwork comes out, but probably black and gray. That usually can pretty much cover about everybody on colors. But like I said, it kind of depends on how the artwork comes out. Kitty's got to jump off. Let's catch some new inventory and talk about a little bit about next week's videos, and then we're going to be ready to wrap this thing up. I only bought one car this week. Obviously, it was kind of a screwed up week, not getting home till Monday, and I had a ton of stuff to unload and sort. But I did get another Monte Carlo this week. 79 Monte Carlo Landau. It's pretty rough, but it does run and drive. I drove it on the trailer, drove it off the trailer. But there again, any of those G bodies are getting tough to find, so I went and picked that up. So we're bringing some content on that as well. John says, black's good, it's slimming. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I've got a couple of different ideas. I'm going to send him a couple of cars. I'm thinking about maybe putting 2 cars on it and see what my guy comes up with. So I'm going to send him those and see if he can do something with it, and then kind of go from there. So anyway, I've got a ton of videos in the can. Like I talked about that Charger, I picked that up 2 months ago, just posted the video Friday. But I've got a lot of new inventory. I've got new inventory that we need to shoot, like the Monte Carlo and a few others. There's probably 6 or 8 videos in the can on new inventory. I've got videos I shot at the salvage yard last week when I was out of town at one of the yards I stopped at. We'll have some stuff from Wichita Swap Meet. In fact, Friday will probably be stuff from the swap meet. In fact, depending on what happens, I don't know if we'll do some live from the swap meet, or I may put some clips together from the swap meet, something like that. Or I tell you what, if some of you guys are at the swap meet, maybe we'll do some content with you. We'll get Jess rounded up and we'll see what we can do if some of you guys are at the swap meet, and maybe we'll all do something like that. Hubcaps for 67 Mustang with 4-lug steel wheels, Alec. I'm not sure which caps those would be right off the top of my head. Let's see. Oh, Falcon Wagon on the t-shirt. I think I'm going to do a couple of my own cars on it. We'll see. Do another whole project car video. So lots of stuff coming up video wise, plus the swap meet stuff. So we'll see what happens Friday. We may do some lives. We may just bring you some content, or like I said, if some of you guys are there, absolutely catch me. Let's do some, and we'll definitely do some content together if you feel like it. So anyway, that's about all I've got for tonight. Once again, I appreciate y'all spending basically your whole Sunday evening here. I was a little off tonight, so I was not feeling completely right, but we got through it and made it all work. So it had a good time with y'all. Appreciate the help, or appreciate the participation in the auction. Raffle was great, and we got some great winners and some cool prizes going out. So anyway, that's about what I've got. We'll see what happens this week with the swap meet. Hope to see some of you there. We will plan on doing Toy Tuesday live Tuesday night at 7 o'clock as usual. I won't be heading to Wichita until Thursday. So anyway, we Lots of great shows popping up. I appreciate that. I appreciate your guys' support, the fact you hang out here and help make this thing what it is. And Jess and Rico are always fun to do videos with. Yes, they are. That's for sure. If you guys weren't here participating in the auctions, commenting, sharing your knowledge with other viewers, this thing wouldn't be what it is. And even with the tragedy this week of losing Jason, the way that you guys all came together to support Jennifer really showed the caliber of people that are on here. So thank you for all of you being who you are, the caliber of people that you are, to step up and help in a situation like that. So Michael had fun tonight. I'm glad you guys did. Glad you guys had a great time. We'll go ahead and get ready to sign off on this one. And like I said, tons of cool stuff to get up. Don't know what all it's going to be this week. We'll have a lot more content. Definitely some stuff from the swap meet. And Toy Tuesday will still be live. Johnny Z's got to go watch the video with Pete and his Camaro. And anybody that wants me to bring stuff to the swap meet, whether it's auction items, whether you want a T-shirt, anything like that, I may take a few T-shirts with me, but I'll probably just take a few of them with me unless somebody wants something specific. And just keep me posted, because as I pack, I need to have it in my brain of what's going to go where, and especially if I'm taking stuff for somebody. So that being said, I guess we're going to wrap this one up. And looks like everybody's caught up on any of the comments directed towards me. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate you making this thing what it is, what it has turned into. Invite your friends. Let them know that that we're on. Invite them to come hang out. Hope to see some of you this week at the swap meet. I know Tim will be there. Mr. Good Flowers will be there, so I'm sure we'll see Tim. And Dan's on with us. His dad passed away last Saturday. Sorry to hear that, Dan. I'm sure you've had a full plate too. With that, I hope everybody has a great week. I'm going to get to work on the swap meet. I got a bunch of shipments to get out and then start loading for the swap meet. Hope to see some of you there. Thanks for being here tonight, everybody. Thanks for making this what it is. We'll see you live Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for some more Toy Tuesday. We'll get some more content up this week and next week. 7 o'clock Sunday night. We sure hope to see you right back here for Sunday night live chat for another fun-filled episode, I guess. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Hope to see you Tuesday night. Hope to see some of you at the swap meet. Definitely hope to see you back here next Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central Time for Sunday night live chat. Have a great week and a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.